Hello everyone, welcome back on our YouTube channel Wains Vlog. As you already know that we have started a video series for the preparation of theory of German driving license with the official support and permission of Fahrschul car system. Until now we have covered 8 topics and today we are going to start topic number 9, which is about the Verkehrsverhalten by Fahrmanöver und Verkehrsbeobachtungen. And that means how you have to participate in the road traffic, how you need to be sure or consider about the other road participants, care about them, different kind of maneuvers, like for example overtaking maneuver and changing lanes, different kind of theoretical questions we will cover. This video will contain 130 questions in total, this topic, sorry. So we will cover it in this way, that 35 questions and 35 questions each, 2 videos, and then the next 2 videos will consist of 30 questions each. So in total 4 videos from this topic. If you are new on our channel, don't forget to subscribe our channel, like our videos and share it with your friends as well. Other than driving license, we have also uploaded a video series related to the Lebensdeutschland test or Einbürgerung test, which is required for PR or nationality. So with that, let's start the topic number 9 and let's go to the first question. What should you do in this situation? If you see, like there is an underpass, you can say, and then there is a tractor or truck whatsoever is coming from the right. Maybe if you can see, because of this wall, the driver of the truck will not be able to see us in time. This could be the one thing. And also the road is going to be narrow somehow, if you see. So what should you do in this situation? Reduce your speed for sure, because maybe this driver of tractor or truck will not be able to see you in time and would come more onto the roadway and you can hit him. So reduce your speed. Continue driving as before is not a correct option, because otherwise if this driver has overlooked you, maybe not able to see you because of the this wall, so then there could be a severe accident. So you should avoid this situation, and be ready to brake is also correct option, like reduce your speed and be ready to brake. Let's go to the next question. You want to leave a traffic calming zone and begin driving along a road. What should you do? I think we have already discussed this traffic calming zone. This sign is of traffic calming zone. If it is ending, then there will be a red sign of traffic calming zone. Just remember a basic rule to start a traffic calming zone and end. Like when you enter a traffic calming zone, you should be very careful about pedestrians, about the people on the roadway. Your speed should be maximum should be of walking speed, like maybe 6 km per hour or 7 km per hour maximum. Number 2 points. And when you are leaving the roadway or leaving this traffic calming zone, then what you should be very careful about, whoever is leaving the traffic calming zone has to wait for the other traffic. Whenever traffic calming zone comes to an end, there will be no rule of right before left, no other rule. The person who is leaving the traffic calming zone has to wait. When every traffic is have taken their own maneuvers, then only you are allowed to proceed ahead when you are leaving a traffic calming zone. It is the basic rule of leaving a traffic calming zone. No rules, no traffic sign, no right before left will be there. You have to wait. So you want to leave a traffic calming zone and begin driving along a road. What should you do? I have to observe right before left rule. As I told you, whenever you are leaving a traffic calming zone, no rule right before left applies. You have to wait in any case. Allow pedestrian on the footpath to walk past. Pedestrian, cyclist, everyone for sure has the right. Indicate the direction of movement prior to taking a turn. And when you are taking some turn after this traffic calming zone, either you are taking right turn or left turn, you have to indicate as well for sure. But you have no priority over here. You have to wait for the other traffic and then only you can proceed. Okay, so next question. You want to leave a traffic calming zone and begin driving along a road. Cyclists are approaching from the left. Who is required to wait? As I told you, whenever you are leaving a traffic calming zone, you have to give way to every traffic. You have no right. So cyclists are approaching from the left. The cyclists have to wait? No. Everyone is required to stop and then agree among one another, who should proceed first. No, I have to wait. Who is leaving the traffic calming zone has to wait. Other options are wrong, as I told you already. Let's move to the next question. You want to leave a property lot and turn into a road. cyclists are approaching from the left, who is required to wait? So whenever you are leaving your property lot, like I will give you an example here. For example, here you are leaving your property, better is here, you are leaving your property lot, so and you are entering the road. So whoever is on the footpath, cyclists or the main traffic, you have to give them the way. They have the priority because you are entering the road from the property lot. You have the least priority in that particular case. So here they are asking you want to leave a property lot and turn into the road. Cyclists are approaching from the left. So who is required to wait? The cyclists have to wait. I have to wait. Everyone is required to stop and then agree among one another who should proceed first. As I told you, whenever you are leaving a property lot, you are leaving a property road and you are entering the road. So the guys who are already, the traffic participants who are already on the roadway, they have the priority. So you have to wait in any circumstances whenever you are leaving the property lot. So next question, you want to leave a property lot and turn into a road while passing over a footpath. What must you look out for? So whenever you are like leaving a property lot, about which things you should be very careful. Number one, the pedestrian may be walking on the footpath or walking over your property lot. Number one. Number two, in some circumstances, in some cases, you also need a third person or second person, sorry, to guide you. Like either you are very close to the some other parked vehicle or some other thing in your property lot, or you are at a distance from them. What should you do? Stop, start. Like the person is very necessary. If the view is not clear to you from your rear view mirror or the side view mirror, so this could also be a thing. So you should be directed by a person if necessary whenever you are leaving a property lot and you are entering onto a road while passing over a footpath. So directed by a person if necessary. Pedestrian on the footpath may not be endangered. Very important thing. First take note of the flowing traffic. No, you don't need to take first note of the flowing traffic on the road. When you are leaving a property lot, the main point is you have to be sure if there are pedestrian on the footpath, first thing, or cyclists on the footpath, let's say, first thing. And either you will be able to leave the property road in a safe way or you need another person. When everything is done, now you are entering the road, then you need to see right and left and just observe the flow of traffic. Before that, the main points are the first and second. So the third option is anyhow not correct. Let's move to the next question. So the next question is, you want to exit the property lot. What is the right thing to do? So you are leaving this property lot. You see some pedestrian are on the footpath. They have the priority. So I sound my horn briefly so that the pedestrian will allow me to exit. Not an option at all. Even in this case or inside build-up area, the only you are only allowed to sound your horn or flash your lights whenever you want to warn something or there is something dangerous which you want to inform the other driver. Other than that, no horn, no flashlight inside build-up area. I may drive on if the pedestrian wave their right of way, for sure. If this pedestrian say, oh, you come first and then we will go, then you can go. Just make an eye contact with them and then decide. I have to wait until until the pedestrian have crossed over the exit, sorry. So this is the normal case. You have to wait until the pedestrian have already crossed this this path. Okay. So otherwise, if they wave of their right, then yeah, you can for sure drive, and if they allow you, otherwise you have to wait. So our next question is, you want to turn out of a road with sunken capstone into another road. A sunken capstone, I can show you, like it is a this kind of you can say this kind of sunken capstone, let's say this area. So whenever whenever you want to turn out of a road, you were traveling on the road with sunken capstone and you want to turn out. So those who are already on the main road, they have the priority, and you are leaving a sunken capstone road, then you have to wait anyhow. A car is coming from left, what applies here? The sunken capstone is of no relevance for the obligation to wait. No, it is relevant. Whoever turns into a road over a sunken capstone must wait. There will be no rule right before left. The already flowing already flowing traffic on the road will have priority. As I told you, in the traffic calming zone when it ends, no rule right before left, the flowing traffic has the priority. Similarly here, so whoever is leaving the sunken capstone road and entering the main road, he or she has to wait. The driver has to wait. So no rule right before left, and if they are saying the sunken capstone is of no relevance, this option is also wrong. Only third option is correct, as I told you. Next question, you want to exit a parking space and move into the traffic. What should you do? So you are leaving exit a parking space. Your car was parked in a parking lot. So what should you do? I have to indicate before moving off. Yes, you are taking right turn or left turn. You should indicate the other, like maybe some other people are also taking off their car from the parking area, taking out their car from the parking area. So you have to indicate for sure. Whenever you are taking any maneuver, you have to indicate. I have to take notice of traffic behind me for sure. My car is parked, maybe there is some other traffic already on the park, like somebody is also looking for the parking, and they are driving their car. So you have to very careful about the traffic behind, otherwise you could hit some car in the traffic in the parking lot. Similarly, I may not endanger the moving traffic. If there is a moving traffic, sometime you already see, like if your car is parked on a roadway and you want to take it out and come back onto the main road, so you have to be very careful about the traffic on the road which is already on the roadway, and you have to indicate and like just see in the rear view mirror if everything is clear. All 3 points are correct in this case. Let's move to the next question. Our next question is, what must you do when when leaving the edge of the roadway? So whenever you are leaving the edge of the roadway, you are taking right turn or left turn, the common thing comes into mind is indicate. Switch on your direction indicator, like either you are taking right turn or left turn to inform the vehicle. Check for the traffic from behind. Yes, for sure you have to also check the traffic from behind. It's very important. When you are leaving a roadway, like you have to we call it shoulder blick. You have to move your head shoulder or your shoulder, and you have to see if there is somebody. A look into rear view mirror is sufficient. No, rear view mirror maybe can only give you like a view from your back, but maybe there is somebody which is on the dead spot. It is not even visible in the rear view mirror, not even the side view mirror. Like maybe some cyclist just parallel to you, you cannot see the cyclist in the view in the rear view or side view mirror if he or she is very close to you. That's why the importance of shoulder blick or the importance of turn your head and see before taking any turn comes into your mind. Just see like if there is anybody behind you. So only the rear view mirror is sufficient is not the correct option. The shoulder blick is very important. Even if you are sure, you have indicated, you have checked the traffic behind already, now you are taking the turn, just a moment before taking a turn, turn your head and see the direction which you are taking, turn right or left. Turn your head and see if there is somebody. It's very important even during practical exam. Just be very careful about this. Let's move to the next question. Our next question is, you are in traffic jam driving at walking speed. When is the least wear exerted on the clutch of your manual transmission vehicle? So you are in a traffic jam and you are driving at walking speed. So they are asking when there is a least wear exerted on the clutch, like because you are already flowing in a traffic jam, you are driving in a traffic jam with a very low speed at walking speed. So when is the least wear exerted on the clutch of your manual transmission vehicle? For sure, like if it's a walking speed, you can simply put your foot out of the clutch, like drive in the low gear as possible, and just like keep the car going on the walking speed. So do not touch the clutch in that case because it's already on walking speed. Then there will be a least wear or least problem exerted on the clutch of your manual. Drive slowly with the clutch slipped. No, anyhow, it's not the correct option. You drive slowly with the clutch, it's not a good option. Repeatedly start and stop driving, like you start and stopping driving. No, do not press the clutch if at all possible. Drive in a low gear, number one, without pressing the clutch if at all possible. Like if it is possible for you, do not touch the clutch. If it is already on the walking speed, then only the least wear will be exerted, and drive in the low gear. But driving slowly with the clutch slipped, like you are slipping the clutch or pressing it again and repeatedly start and stopping the driving, no. Just put it in the lowest gear and try to avoid to press the clutch as low as possible, as minimum as possible. So let's move to the next question. Our next question is, why is it necessary to maintain a large safer distance to the vehicle ahead? If you see there is some water on the roadway, and maybe this red van can go over this water, the splashes could come on your windscreen, your safety like your windscreen will not be clear, your vision could be impaired, and there could be some problem with your visibility. So that's why if it is raining as well, so you need to maintain a large safety distance. Why is it necessary? to maintain a large safe, because the spray water could otherwise impede visibility, because the water is sprayed and could come on your windscreen and would impede your visibility. That's why you need to maintain a good safer distance from the red van. Either like although the water will splash, but anyhow it will not come on your windscreen if you are already maintaining a safe distance, because uneven areas of the road will otherwise be detected later. It's possible there is an uneven patches on the road, either below the red van or below the water. You are not sure, the road may be uneven, some holes. If you are not maintaining a safe distance, you will realize them very late, and then your car could escape from them. So it is also a reason, uneven areas, because the braking distance is longer. This you already know. Whenever it's raining or snow, your braking distance or your stopping distance is normally greater than on the dry road. So as it is, you see here, it's raining or water on the roadway anyhow, so you need to, because if you brake here, it will take a longer distance as compared to a dry road. So in this condition, all three options that we have already discussed, I think in previous videos, are correct as well. Is it irresponsible to overtake a truck and trailer a short distance before crossroads? Like for example, you see there is a crossroad, like traffic coming from right and left, and before that you are going to overtake a truck and trailer. Is it irresponsible? Yes, it's totally irresponsible. I try to explain it to you. Let's take an example from here. Let's say it's a trailer or truck. Let's say it's a big truck, and there is some cross traffic coming from right and left just after truck. And if here you decide to overtake the truck, maybe there is some traffic sign concealed behind this truck you cannot see right now. Maybe stop and give way, forward give way, and maybe there is some cross traffic you cannot see. So before the crossroad and junction, overtaking a truck is never a good option, because either you will not be able to see a traffic sign in time, or maybe you can hit the cross moving traffic because you are not clear, maybe stretch of the road is not clear to you. So is it irresponsible to overtake a truck and trailer a short distance before crossroad? Yes, it's totally irresponsible. Why? Yes, because the truck and trailer can obscure the view of important traffic signs. As I told you here, maybe just after this truck there is a sign of stop and give way, and you couldn't notice it. So it could be very dangerous. Yes, because the truck and trailer can obscure the view of crossing traffic. Similarly, you can, maybe there is a traffic coming from right, for example, and left as well, but you cannot see that traffic because of this big truck. So that's why you should not overtake. When let's say the crossroad is over, now the road of the stretch of the road is visible to you, the long road is in front of you, no crossroad, no junction, no traffic coming from right and left, then you can simply overtake. But here, before the junction or crossroad, very tricky. They are saying it is not irresponsible because truck and trailer may mostly drive at low speed. It doesn't matter if they either drive at low speed or high speed. They have concealed your view is not clear because of the truck. It is the important point. You could miss some important traffic signs. You can miss the cross traffic. So it is totally irresponsible when you overtake a truck and trailer before the crossroad. Let's move to the next question. Our next question is, when are you in danger when overtaking? So here it is very important point to discuss. There are some basic maneuvers, basic points to think about the overtaking. The points are: the car who is going to overtake the car. If you are going to overtake, for example, the speed of your car should be greater than the car which is being overtaken. Like if you are overtaking a car A, let's say, then speed of your car should be greater than the speed of car A. Then only you can overtake. Number one. Number two, the car which is being overtaken, let's say the car A, as I told you, should not increase his or her speed. The car should not increase its speed while overtaking, because if you are overtaking and the car which is being overtaken also increase the speed, then it will take a longer time for you to overtake. So there are some basic rules. Similarly for you, when you are being overtaken, you see some car is overtaking you, just keep your same speed or decrease it down if it's possible. It's not mandatory, but never increase your speed. It is whenever you are being overtaken, when you are overtaking, just keep these points in mind. Your speed should be higher than the car which you are going to overtake. So when are you in danger when overtaking? When the road user being overtaken swears out to overtake. You are overtaking a car and the driver of the car which you are overtaking also decide to overtake and swear out to the left lane to overtake. This could be very dangerous. Reduce his speed considerably? No. it's not a danger. Like when you are overtaking a car, the road user being overtaken reduce his speed, then it's good for you, because your speed should be greater than the car which you are going to overtake, and in that case that car is also decreasing his speed. It is a win-win situation for both of you, good situation for both of you. So it's not a danger. Suddenly accelerate. If the car you are overtaking increase the speed, if the car driver himself or herself increase the speed and you are overtaking that car, then you will need longer time to overtake the car, and you can hit the, if there is some oncoming traffic, your maneuver could be a bit longer. So the only dangerous situation could be when the car which is being overtaken suddenly accelerates or swear out to the overtake. But when reduces its speed, it's not a danger, it's a very good situation for you already. Let's move to the next question. In what cases must you abandon overtaking? Like in what are the cases when you should not do the overtaking maneuver? So when the road user being overtaken suddenly accelerate, yes, when you are overtaking a road user and he or she accelerate as well, then abandon your overtaking maneuver, because the basic point to overtaking, as I told you, the car which is being overtaken should maintain their speed or decrease their speed, and your speed should be greater than the car which is you are going to overtake. But in that case, if the road user being overtaken suddenly accelerate, simply abandon the overtaking maneuver. When there is a danger for unexpected from unexpected oncoming traffic, when the oncoming traffic could appear onto the roadway, there is a danger for you, suddenly the oncoming traffic could come, you should also abandon the overtaking maneuver if you think that oncoming traffic can come. When the road user being overtaken considerably reduces speed, no, it's you should not abandon your overtaking maneuver if the road user you are going to overtake reduces his or her speed. It's good for you, then you should carry on with the overtaking, you should not abandon. So this option is anyhow not correct. Let's move to the next question. It is also relevant to the last question. When is overtaking forbidden? So when you are not allowed to overtake, if you are unable to drive considerably faster than the road user being overtaken, the first point of overtaking, if you are not able to drive faster than the car which you are going to overtake, you are forbidden, you are not allowed to overtake. If you do not have a clear view of the road ahead, if you cannot see the complete stretch of the roadway until a long distance, you should not take the risk of overtaking. Otherwise, maybe the road is taking turn and you are also taking an overtaking maneuver and you can hit the oncoming traffic. So traffic is for overtaking is forbidden whenever the clear view of the road is not in front of you. And even if the traffic situation is not clear to you, you should do not overtake, or overtaking is forbidden. And this answer, if you see, all the points are mentioned here and it is correct. So let's move to the next question. Our next question is why can it be dangerous to overtake even on clearly visible straight roads? So like when you are traveling on a clearly visible straight roads, everything is fine for you, but why even still it can be dangerous? So just go through the options. Because the oncoming traffic is traveling slower than the first thought, it's not a problem. Like whenever you decide to overtake, as I told you, you have to consider some main factors. Your speed should be greater than the car, greater than the car actually which you are overtaking. For example, you are overtaking car A, then your speed should be greater than the car being overtaken. Number two, the oncoming traffic should be not in danger. Number three, your overtaking distance should be considerable. Like you think I will quickly overtake and will come back into my lane, let's say. So like whenever the oncoming traffic is traveling slower than the first thought, then I think it's not a problem, because if the oncoming traffic is already traveling slower, then you have more time to overtake the car and come back to your lane. Like it will not be dangerous. But when the oncoming traffic is coming with the greater speed, like what you have firstly thought, or maybe the distance of the oncoming traffic is lesser, then it could be dangerous. But whenever the oncoming traffic is traveling speed is slower than first you thought, then that's pretty fine. It's not a problem, it's not a danger. The overtaking distance is longer than the first thought. Like you first thought I will overtake within the range of, let's say, 100 meter, but then like you couldn't overtake. Like when the overtaking distance is longer than the first you thought, it could be dangerous, because the oncoming traffic could approach you. Similarly, when oncoming traffic is faster than you first thought, you thought the oncoming traffic is coming, let's say, is traveling at 80 km per hour. It was your estimation, you decided to overtake. you went to the left lane, but the oncoming traffic was actually traveling faster than you thought, maybe 120 kilometer per hour. So it will quickly reach you, like maybe then there could be an accident. So when oncoming traffic is traveling faster than what you thought first, this is a dangerous. No slow ahead then. I hope this question is clear to you. Let's move to the next question. So our next question is a video question. Let's play the video. You are traveling behind a cyclist. As I told you, like in previous videos, while overtaking the cyclist, you have to maintain a minimum distance of 1.5 meter. And if you cannot maintain this distance while overtaking, because you know the maneuvers from the cyclist or the motorcyclist, they sway very quickly. They can rapidly come to left, rapidly move to right because of their less weight of motor vehicles or bicycles. So it could be very tricky. They sway very quickly. They can either move to left, move to right very quickly. So you should maintain a good clearance distance of 1.5 meter. So if you see on this junction or crossroad, there is no traffic sign. That means rule right before left will apply. So let's, you are like traveling behind the cyclist and you are traveling inside the city, and like cyclist is in front of you, and if you see you want to overtake the cyclist, but the distance will not be 1.5 meter for you, I guess. And just see this blue car, even if you can see this blue car is coming onto the road. So what will be the immediate reaction from the cyclist? The cyclist will turn to left to avoid a collision with this blue car, anyhow towards this direction. Then you can never maintain the distance of 1.5 meter. Let's suppose for a moment, until here you were maintaining a distance of 1.5 meter, but considering this blue car, cyclist will definitely turn to left, and then you cannot maintain that distance. Let's play the video again. So currently you are behind the cyclist, and then you like this was right before left, as I told you. Then you indicated you want to overtake, but at the same time you see, if here you can maintain a distance of 1.5 meter, which is looking a bit tricky, but still because of this blue car, cyclist will move towards left, and then you will not be able to maintain a distance of 1.5 meter, which is the basic rule to overtake the cyclist. In exam, try to watch the question at least 4 times, but here to save the time I have just watched the video for twice. Okay, so what should you do? I perform the overtaking maneuver quickly? No, because cyclist will definitely turn to left and you can hit the cyclist. I perform the overtaking maneuver cautiously? No, because you cannot maintain the distance of 1.5 meter. I avoid the overtaking maneuver. This is very important. Like whenever you cannot maintain 1.5 meter, never overtake. So what must you anticipate in this situation? You see there is a gray or black parked car and cyclist is in front of you, and cyclist will definitely take a left turn to to go past this parked car. So what you can think, cyclist will turn left. So what do you think? What must you anticipate? Oncoming traffic? Definitely oncoming traffic is also one of the option. Oncoming traffic can emerge because it is not a Einbahn or single way road. Oncoming traffic is an option. The cyclist will dismount to allow me to pass. No, you can never consider it a cyclist will allow. Maybe, but it's not that like very often. Cyclist will definitely has the priority, or the pedestrians or the Fußgänger has a priority, those who are walking on the road. So cyclists, it's a very, like you can say 99% for sure cyclists will carry on the journey. Cyclists will never dismount, will stop here to allow you to pass. No, cyclists will definitely take the left turn. This is not an option. The cyclist will drive past to the left of the parked car. So you have to consider it. Do not think about overtaking over here. Otherwise cyclists will take turn left and you cannot maintain the distance of 1.5 meter. Just a very important point. What should you anticipate if you want to overtake? So you see snow overall. Also on this junction you have the priority. Because of the snow, you can skid. Your braking distance, your stopping distance is greater compared to the dry road. Even the other vehicles on the road can skid, and a vehicle can come from the right. Also you have priority. That vehicle would have this forward give way or red inverted triangle give way. But still many things to consider. So what should you anticipate if you want to overtake? With an extended stopping distance, for sure due to snow your braking and your stopping distance will be greater. With the unsafe riding manner of the cyclist, like cyclists always this is your duty. Cyclists can very quickly turn to left and right, and you have to be very careful about them. So unsafe riding, I also think, always think that you are a responsible driver, and you should think early, anticipate early the mistake of other traffic participants. So in this case, you should be familiar, you should think about the unsafe riding manner of cyclists. Maybe I want to overtake and cyclists quickly take the left, and why? Because there are parked vehicles. You want to overtake the cyclist. Now cyclist will take the left turn and you cannot maintain 1.5 meters. So unsafe driving manner you also need to think in mind, with the risk of skidding because of snow for sure, as I told you already. Let's move to the next question. You want to overtake a cyclist on a narrow road. The width of the road means that the maximum possible space between them and the car is 50 centimeter. What should you do? As I told you, you should maintain a distance of 1.5 meter. That is 150 centimeter. Oh, those who are not familiar with the math or conversion number system, I will tell them 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter, and 1.5 meter is 150 centimeter. So they are telling the distance between the car and the bicycle here can, because of the brightness of the road, it is very narrow road, you can only maintain 50 centimeter. So minimum is 1.5 meter or 150 centimeter. Here you can never, you should never, you must never I would say overtake the cyclist, because 50 centimeter is not allowed. So I refrain from overtaking. I give a short warning signal before overtaking, not an option. I overtake at a moderate speed, not an option, because it is not 50 centimeter. It is 50. If it is 150 centimeter, then you can overtake for sure, but lesser than that is anyhow not allowed. Next question, you want to overtake cyclists. What should be noted when selecting the distance between the cyclist and the car? What should you consider? How the cyclists are reacting. Are they moving very quickly left and right? You should also think this in mind. The 1.0 meter distance between cyclist and the car is always sufficient. No, it should be 1.5 meter, as I told you. This option is wrong. Speed of my vehicle. You should think the speed of your vehicle, how the cyclists are reacting on the road, and how can you maintain the distance of 1.5 meter. When all the things are fine, then only you can overtake the cyclist. Let's move to the next question, which is a video question. So you are traveling on a roadway, and there is a parked car, some people, and even a cyclist in front of you, and a parked tractor in front of you. Like this, we have seen the similar question. Like the cyclist is taking the left turn now. Here you cannot maintain a distance of 1.5 meter. You should not think about overtaking the cyclist at this point. And even the road is also taking the left bend. So on the bends, overtaking normally is not like is not prescribed, or is not that good. When the road is clear, the stretch is visible to you, then only you can overtake. But here the road is taking left turn, the cyclist is in front of you, and he is taking the left turn. So the situation is bit tricky. You should remain behind the cyclist for the time, and when the road is clear, the turn is always over, you have taken the turn, the road is clear, then you should overtake. So in the exam you should watch the video 4 times, but here I have only watched it once. What is the right course of action? I overtake the cyclist between the tractor and bend? Never, because you cannot maintain the distance of 1.5 meter. Even you can hit the cyclist before the drawing level with the tractor, not an option. Like you will quickly overtake the cyclist here. No, cyclist is already taking a left turn, and if you also go in this direction, you can hit the cyclist who couldn't maintain the distance of 1.5 after the bend. Overtake the cyclist when the road is clear, bend is over, then you see I can maintain 1.5 meter, then only you should overtake the cyclist. Let's go to the next question, which is again a video question. So you are like traveling near a rail junction. I have already told you in previous videos, one line mean 80 meter, 160 in the 240 meter ahead of you there is a railway line or railway junction. A grey car is traveling in front of you, a bus is coming, and then there is a cyclist, I guess, and the white car. Oh, this, if you see, cyclist is there and the white car is indicating left, that the driver wants to overtake the cyclist. Like driver will definitely encroach a bit here and will come onto my lane to overtake the cyclist. He is clearly, driver is clearly indicating this. If you see, the cyclist is coming, and at the same time this car is trying to also, it is never prescribed, like when the road situation is not that clear you should overtake, because here driver will not be able to maintain a distance of 1.5 meter with the cyclist. So he will definitely come towards your lane, and this situation is very tricky. What should you keep in mind in this particular situation? Let's go to the question. What should you anticipate in this situation? Then the oncoming car will now, what you think, to maintain a distance of 1.5 meter, or to keep a greater distance, will definitely come onto my lane. So the oncoming car will now pull out and cross the center of the road. Definitely this car will definitely cross the center of the road and will come out towards your side. Brake and not cross the center of the road? No, the driver has already indicated left. It is very rare chance that now he will brake and will not overtake. No, overtake without crossing is never possible, because in that case it is a very less distance between the car and the cyclist to overtake. Maybe even car could hit the cyclist, so he will definitely come into your lane. Only the first option is correct in this case. Let's move to the next question. You wish to overtake a farm tractor with a mounted implement extended beyond its back. So like farm tractor and already extended because of like its back, maybe something is there extended back. What must you remember? So whenever this farm tractors, big trucks take the right or left turn, they come out a bit. For example, if they are taking right turn, they will first of all try to take the turn and their back will come onto the road. So you need to be very careful sometime when these big trucks or big farm trucks are taking the turn. So you wish to overtake a farm truck. Now you are wishing to overtake a farm truck with mounted implement extended beyond, like mounted implement extended beyond its back. It's a very big truck. Maybe back on the back side there could be some crops or whatsoever. If possible, I will try to show it here. I'm not sure I can show you a tractor here. Let's say this, like this is big truck. Let's say a tractor with like extended beyond, and then whenever you want to overtake, so what could you expect from the tractors? Maybe there is a lot of like they are not cleared and there will be a lot of soil, you can say, or maybe like you cannot see sometime even indicators, because they are inside, they are the farm tractors, like they have to face a lot of dust every day. So maybe some their car or their this farm tractor is not that clean. So you wish to overtake a farm tractor with mounted implement extended beyond its back. What must you remember? Farm tractor can always be overtaken safely due to their low speed. Never think about this. It's not possible that you can overtake them very safely. You need to consider many things about. Like for example, if they are taking some turn, they could hit you. So they are like, if although they travel with the low speed, but it's not. It never means that you can overtake them very safely. The rear lights may heavily soiled or concealed, making direction signs difficult or impossible to see when they are on. For example, they are willing to turn right, they are willing to turn left, but maybe their indicator or rear lights are already concealed or soiled because of the farm tractors. They were in the farm, and you cannot see the indicator on the right time. So it is very tricky. The mounted implement can swing out when a tractor turn off. For example, when tractor is taking the right turn, this mounted implement beyond will come out, and then tractor will take the turn. It's a common instinct. So these two options are correct, but overtaking them is easier because of their low speed. This answer is not correct. Let's move to the next question. So what should you anticipate? What can you anticipate here? You are inside a city. Lot of things happening here. This guy is talking to the driver, motorcyclists on the road, parked vehicles, even pedestrian, bicyclists. So many tricky things. Pedestrian could cross the road in front of the van. Yes, maybe pedestrian will come and cross the road because pedestrian is already there. You can expect that. The motorbike would swerve to the left. You see, there is cyclist, so maybe motorbike will try to overtake the cyclist, will turn to the left here. It is also possible the person beside the van could encroach further onto the road. This guy is already on the road. Maybe he will come further onto the road. You also need to think about this. So all three options are correct. You see, in this question, this answer is correct. So let's move to the next question. Our next question is a video question. So let's watch the video. So you have taken the right turn in a road, and then on this road, if you see car are parked right and left, and the car is coming from the opposite direction. The road is very narrow, so I think what, like, you have taken the right turn, and now we should watch the video, the rear view mirror and side mirror as well. The cars are parked here. A car is coming from the opposite direction, and I think you cannot go in parallel. So what should be your action here? I think if you see, there is a space for you whenever you are traveling on a very narrow roads, like, then sorry, whoever has some chance to be on the side and give way to the other vehicle or other car, let's say, then it's always recommended, like, you should, whoever can go to the empty space and create a way for the other vehicle. If you see, for the white car, there is no such possibility to be on the side. In this condition, you should put your car here so that white car can go ahead, and then he or she will definitely thank you as well, and then you can go ahead. So I think we can go to the question, but don't forget, in exam at least watch the question for 4 times. What should you do in this situation? So what should you do? Backwards, I move backwards because the oncoming vehicle has right of way. No, on this particular road you cannot see any priority sign, so nobody has priority. But so you should not move backward because you can see there is a gap in front of you. Onward, because the moving vehicle has to reverse. No, like, if you see the white car, you are a very responsible driver. If you see the white car, the driver do not have like, the driver does not find couldn't find any space on right and left, so it will be really difficult for a driver to reverse into the gap. I move into the gap to allow the oncoming vehicle to drive past. It is also a very good behavior. Like, you are a responsible driver, you should create easiness for the other participants on the road. So if you move to the gap and allow the oncoming vehicle to drive past, it is the best and correct option in this situation, because reversing you or reversing the other car is not an option. If you can clearly see there is a gap, you can go there and make a way for the white car. So let's move to the next question. Again, it's a video question. So you are traveling on the road. Here you have priority. You are traveling at 50 km/h. In your rear view, you see a blue car, and this gray car is overtaking the blue car, now overtaking you. And if you see, at the same time, there is a car coming from the opposite direction as well. So I will again play the video. If you see, you are on a main road, and in the side view you cannot see anything. In the no car, in the rear view mirror you can see the gray car now overtaking us in the blind spot right now. And if you see, there is an oncoming traffic. The grey car maybe has thought that I will overtake the both cars and then I will come back into the lane, but right now there is a fast moving oncoming vehicle coming, and the grey car will definitely try to come into our lane. And what should be your action? I think this kind of question we have already seen few videos back. You have to brake here because you have to maintain a safer distance. Now it is 100% sure that grey car will enter this lane between red car and us, and there is no that much space for the grey car. But we should act as a responsible driver. We should brake in time to maintain a safer distance, because it is currently the grey car is helpless. The grey car has no other way other than coming back into the lane. If you watch the video again, you see in the side view mirrors, in the exam you should watch all the mirrors, there is nothing special. But if you see in the back view, then there is a grey car overtaking blue car and now will overtake us. And after this, like unexpectedly, like maybe this green car is too fast for the grey car, it has just reached just like they are very near, and like it is on the head of the grey car. So currently the grey car will definitely enter into our lane. So what we need to do, definitely we have to brake hard, brake some not that hard, but we have to brake hard, because grey car will enter into our lane, and we do not want to hit the grey car with our speed with which we are currently traveling. So we have to maintain a safety distance for sure. So in this case, you have to accelerate, no. Maintain my speed, no. You have to reduce my reduce your speed. I have to reduce my speed so that I can maintain the safety distance. So let's go to the next question. Our next question is, where is overtaking prohibited? I told you like there are some rules for the overtaking, and there are some prohibition as well. But now they are asking about where is overtaking not allowed or prohibited. In all no one-way streets, because in one-way street that means no car will be coming from the opposite direction, no oncoming traffic, so you can overtake over there. Like if it's a one-way road, or you can say Einbahnstraße in German, then like there will be no oncoming traffic, you can simply pull out and then overtake and pull in one-way street. It's not prohibited. Where oncoming traffic could be obstructed, you have to be very careful. Like if you are overtaking, there should be no hurdle for the oncoming traffic, and you are back into your lane in a sufficient within a very decent time. So you should not obscure, you should not obstruct the oncoming traffic. Similarly, when the traffic situation is not clear, over there you should not overtake as well. In one-way street you can, but whenever you are creating a problem for the oncoming vehicle, because it could be very dangerous, like as we have seen in the previous question, grey car was overtaking and then the oncoming traffic was there, so oncoming traffic could be obstructed. So that's why you should never overtake in these two scenarios, but in one-way street for sure you can overtake. Our next question is, what is the correct procedure for pulling out to overtake? Like as I told you, whenever you are willing to overtake a car, what are the basic rules? The oncoming traffic should not be endangered. The car which is being overtaken should have lesser speed, and you are overtaking, your speed should be more than the car which you are overtaking, and then you should, like, your overtaking distance should not be that much. So what is the correct procedure of pulling out to overtake? Oncoming traffic is not endangered, 100% correct. The vehicle in front indicates right. No, the car which you are overtaking, it's not necessary that this car will overtake right, then only you can overtake, will indicate right, then only you can overtake. No, you simply indicate left, you change the lane, overtake the car and come back into your lane. So it is not a rule that the vehicle in front of you, yeah, it is a rule the vehicle in front of you or the vehicle which you are overtaking should have the lesser speed as compared to you, but that vehicle should indicate right. This, it is not a correct option. And any danger to traffic following is excluded. This we have already seen. Like when you are changing your lane, you should be very careful about the traffic coming from behind, and you should not endanger the oncoming traffic as well, and not the traffic following you. So these two options are correct. Let's go to the next question. What must you do to end an overtaking maneuver? So whenever you are done with overtaking, you should indicate right, you should come back into the lane, and you should not disturb the vehicle which you have overtaken. Like simply maintaining a safer distance, you can come back into the lane. So signal your intention to draw in clearly and in good time. Like now you should tell the vehicle which you have overtaken that you should indicate right, right indicator in time, and so that the vehicle behind you can see, oh, now this car has completed the overtaking maneuver and now will come back into my lane. So you have to signal your intention to draw in clearly and in good time. Move over to the right as soon as possible without inconveniencing the vehicle. Like the vehicle which you have overtaken, you do not need to inconvenience that vehicle. Just simply overtake the vehicle, come back into the lane, and try to move into the right as soon as possible. Like just try to when you just try to come into the right hand lane. Like you have overtaken the car and now you should try to move to right as soon as possible, but in that during that maneuver you should not inconvenience the vehicle which you have overtaken. What could be the measure of inconvenience? You are not maintaining a good safety distance, for example, from the car which you have overtaken. So you should be very careful about the car which you have overtaken, so that the flow of the traffic is not disturbed. Move over to the right hand side of the roadway, right in front of the vehicle. It's not a correct option that you have to move to the right hand side of the roadway in front. You can just change your lane, overtake the vehicle and come back into the lane. It's not like you have to move to the right hand side, totally right hand side of the roadway in front of the vehicle you have overtaken. In this way you can inconvenience the car which you have overtaken. So this option is not correct. The first two options are anyhow correct. Let's move to the next question. Our next question is, what are regulations governing speed when overtaking? So these rules we have already seen. When you are overtaking, what are the rules? The speed of the overtaking vehicle must be appreciably higher. When you are overtaking, then your speed, or the car which is overtaking, the speed of that car must be appreciably higher than the car which is being overtaken. The permissible top speed must not be exceeded. This is for sure. Like if you are traveling on a road with a maximum speed of 100 km per hour, then you should be able to overtake within this range, 100 or let's say 102 km per hour. But you should not exceed that speed. Like let's say on the 100 kilometer per hour you are traveling with 110 kilometer per hour for overtaking. This is not allowed. The person being overtaken must not increase his speed. This is also an instruction for you. If you are being overtaken, you should not increase your speed. Similarly, if the other car, you are overtaking a car, ideally this person should not increase the speed. If the driver does it, then the overtaking will take a longer time as compared to what you have thought initially. Let's move to the next question. What must you do when you are being overtaken? So this we know. You should not increase your speed. Simply, I think this is the first thing. What must you do when you are being overtaken? If possible, drive on the far right. Yeah, because like then there should be a space as well for the car which is overtaking you, so that this car can come back into the lane and will have the sufficient space. So if possible, drive on the far right. This option is correct. Increase your speed? No, not increase your speed. If you are being overtaken, you should never increase your speed. It is very important. I have told you already in previous questions. Next question is, on which side must you overtake a tram which is which is traveling in the middle of the roadway, not a one-way street. So whenever you are on a one-way street, you can actually overtake a tram either from the right or either from the left. From both sides you can overtake a tram, but only and only on a one-way street. But whenever it's not a one-way street, you can only overtake a tram only from the right hand side, only and only from the right hand side. So but there are some exceptions. Could be, for example, if the railway line is going too far to the right, very right, there is no space for you, then you can. But this you will see in upcoming questions. They are asking, on which side must you overtake a tram which is traveling in the middle of the roadway, not a one-way street. When not a one-way street, you can only overtake from the right hand side. On one-way street, you can overtake from the left, you can overtake from the right as well. On the left, only if the vehicles are blocking the roadway. No, if even the vehicles are blocking the roadway on the right, you can only overtake the tram from the right hand side on a two-way street. But when it's a single-way street or one-way street, then you can overtake from both sides, not from the left, only and only from the right, and it is not a one-way street. So let's move to the next question. When may a tram be overtaken on the left? So now in one-way street, as I told you, on one-way street you can actually overtake a tram from the left hand side when the roadway, not one-way street to the right of the tram, is blocked. No, if the road is we have already seen in the last question, if it is not a one-way street, for example, it's a two-way street, even if there is some traffic on the right side, you should always overtake the tram from the right hand side. Just wait for the blocked vehicles. If this traffic jam is over, then overtake only and only from the right hand side if the street is not one way. If it's a one way, as I told you, you can overtake from the both sides. When the rails run too far to the right, for example, if the railway line is going too far, already very away from you, like the railway line is going very much to the right, and you do not have that much space from the right, then you are allowed to overtake the tram from the left hand side as well. So these two are the correct answer. Let's go to the last question of this video. Which vehicles may be overtaken only by maintaining a especially great lateral distance? So the small, for example, mopeds or motorcycle, let's say, or bicycles, as I told you, they have a very strong maneuvers, they can quickly move to right, quickly move to left. So you need to maintain a particular distance, as I told you, 1.5 meter in case of bicycles. So which vehicles may be overtaken only by maintaining a specially great lateral distance? Bicycle and motorcycle. As far as trams are concerned, the tram is always on a fixed way, there are fixed lines for a tram to travel. So you do not need to worry that it will come to the left more or come to the right more, move to the left, move to the right. No, it is fixed way. But for bicycle and motorcycle, they can move right and left. So this option is correct. This was the last question for this particular video. I hope you are enjoying our videos and you are learning new concepts, and we are making things easier for you. If you have any question, any doubt, any query about this video or previous videos, please feel free to comment below. Don't forget to subscribe our channel, like our videos, and in the next video we will cover more 35 questions for this topic. Until the next video, happy learning, have a nice day, bye.